Good morning, guys. How's the stream look? Hopefully good. I'll wait for you guys to let me know. Morning, everyone. From Brazil, Marcelo. It's very cold, yes. Morning, Chef. Byron. Stream look all right? I'm keeping it on 720 because if I go to 1080, it might cause some problems. So we're gonna stay on 720 today. Morning, guys. How's everyone doing? Looks good. Good. Just no face. Yeah, no face, Jacob. On Monday, you'll see my face. What's going on, Sam? Nice steak dinner. Yeah, nice steak dinner last night. Yeah. No face cam today. Yeah, very cold in New York. I don't know if I'm used to it. I feel like I used to be used to it, but yeah, the problem, Hamster, I got the PC for it, right? But there's not a lot of people out there that pay for, like gigabyte Wi-Fi, right? Most people don't need that, so sometimes it's hard to come by a strong Wi-Fi signal. It's rare that someone pays for that, especially in my family. All right, guys. So good morning. We're gonna try to get this done by 8:30. I'm at my aunt's house and she has some cleaning ladies coming, so we're gonna try to get this ran through in the next 30 minutes. So let's get started. Yesterday, right? What did we do? Nice hold of that 20 SMA. Nice hold of that 15,875. We talked about if we can get back above that 15,875 that we would probably see some type of a hold, right? And that is pretty much exactly what we did. So yesterday, if we zoom into this 5-minute, this laptop sometimes gives me a little bit of problems with the scaling, but let's go ahead and zoom in right here, right, on this NASDAQ. This is the key. This was the key, right? This was the key right here. We pushed higher in the pre-market. We said, hey, let's not chase this upside. Let's wait for that pullback. Let's wait for a real entry point. And we got it, right? Just like we always do. We always get that pullback, always get that opportunity, that second opportunity. And that was right here yesterday. We got a pullback to that 20 SMA, to that 15,875. And that hold was really the key hold of the day, right? Key hold of the day right there at that 15,875, which sort of had us continue higher. We had that little 16K drama. I know some of you guys caught that 16K supply rejection, which was very nice as well, but short-lived, all right? Short-lived and sort of continued and rallied higher towards our 16,040. So a nice move, and the key of the move was, again, the break and hold above that 15,875 yesterday. And there was some very nice, there was definitely some very nice long opportunities on individual stocks, which we'll try to run through today. The blue line is the 20 SMA. That's that key level. It's going to continue to be a key level even today, in my opinion. So if we zoom into today's price action, all right, and sort of get an idea of what we're going to look for today, here is the 5-minute chart. And I sort of like having that. I just realized that TOS has that little, the time frame and the how many days, that 5-day 5-minute on the top right of your screen up here. So you guys can see right here, right? What is happening right now in the pre-market? 16,000, right? That is very, very clean. Right as we speak, we can see this little break and rejection of 16,000. So this is 100% going to be what's on our watch today. What happens at 16K, right? Yesterday we had a nice rejection. We had a nice rejection of 16, and then after we rejected, we got back above, and we held above pretty much all afternoon, right? All right here, nice hold above 16,000, and we were able to, you know, maintain that throughout the day, but eventually you can see here in the pre-market, we're giving it up. So, guys, if, yeah, I'm sure there's some differences. I know that TradingView did a contract change, guys. This is still the December contract. I am still trading on the December contract. On whatever TOS is for /NQ is what I'll be trading off of. So if TradingView did a contract change, this is adjusted for contract change. You guys can see right here, adjusted for contract change. If it's different on yours, it's all relative, right? The number might be different, but it is all relative in terms of where that rejection came in. So if this 16,000 level is a different level for you, it's still going to be the same rejection that came in yesterday, right? This is still going to be the same point of where we are rejecting. So maybe this is, I don't know what it is on TradingView, but maybe this is a tad bit different. This is still the contract that I'll be trading on. It is the NASDAQ on TOS/NQ. It is still December 2023 contract. So let's just letting you know, I'll still be on this. So anyway, 16,000, that's the level. You can see 16,000 supply. You can see 16,040 supply, right? That is very clear. You can see the rejections here, the rejections at 16. So today, really, all you're going to watch is, do we hold or do we reject 16,000 intraday, right? If when we move, when the morning starts, when the trading starts, do we reject this 16K or do we get back above it? That's really going to be the main thing I'm watching. If we're below 16, then I'm looking for that short side opportunity. If you do take a short side opportunity off 16, you do need to be aware of the 20 SMA, right, which is right here around 15,920, and then of course you have to be aware of that demand below at 15,875, right? So 16,000, 20 SMA, and 15,875 are still the same levels that are on this NASDAQ. If we go to the hourly chart and we sort of get a bigger picture view here, we can see that yesterday we did get upside, but nothing has changed, right? Nothing has changed here on the NASDAQ. We got some upside. We rejected the same supply that we rejected on Friday of last week, the same supply we rejected on Wednesday of last week, or of this week, and you can see it did it again yesterday. So what did we do yesterday? We just traded again within the channel. We still have these major supply highs up here at 16.1, right? You can see all this rejections up here at 16.1, and we are still below that level. So as long as we are below that 16.1, right, the longs get less interesting up here, right? And that's why the long was interesting yesterday, because we were towards that bottom of the channel. Today, longs are a little less interesting as we approach that 16.1, 16,040, and 16,000. So all eyes on 16,000 for me today, guys. That's my main watch, 16,000. Do we stay below it? Do we get above it? If we stay below it, I'm looking for that move towards the 20, and I'm looking for that move towards the 15,875. I would absolutely, later in the day today, if we get that pullback, I would absolutely look for this potential as well, right? If we hold that 15,875, if we turn that back into a demand, right, I would look for that hold down at that 15,875. All right, so that's the NASDAQ futures. Let's go to the QQQ, and you guys can see right here, if we go to the hourly chart, all we did yesterday was go from channel low to channel high. All right, you can see right here, QQQ 391, rejection, 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 and again yesterday, same exact thing, 391 on the QQQ. So very clear, right? We can see all these areas are still rejecting, and until we get above this 391, I would still look for that potential rejection point. Now, the key level that I think is, going to be on watch today is this 389. All right, this 389. If we go to the 15-minute chart and we zoom in here on day over day, let's go ahead and get a look right here. This 389 right here that we're moving down into as we speak, right, is this previous high right here, 389, right? And if we go down a little bit more to the 5-minute, I hate this scale. Actually, I think I know why it's doing this. If I go to fit, I think it's trying to fit the studies. I don't know where that is. Show studies, and it's not showing up for me. But let me zoom back out. Let me get back in here. Yeah, sometimes this is annoying. Sorry if you hear the dog whining in the background. She'll stop eventually. So you can see right here, right? This 389. See that? That's that rejection point yesterday morning. That's where we got a little bit of downside off that 389 level on the Qs. We broke below it, got back above, held above, right? And so today, do we hold above this 389 or do we get back below it? That's going to be very key for me today. And I have to understand, right? You have to understand, at least for me personally, where we are within this channel. So for me, right, when I'm looking at this hourly chart on the QQQ, I need to know, hey, we are towards the top side of this QQQ channel. I am not that interested in longing into this 391, right? I'm not that interested in longing into the 391 level. Yeah, it's usually in the price axis tab, but I don't see it. Oh, it's right here. That's why. Got it. There we go. Thank you, guys. It was on manual. That's why. So I'm not that interested in longing into this 391 level today. I was interested in the longs above that 20 SMA yesterday. That was a very nice long, right? After we reclaimed some of those previous lows. As we know, we're coming off the bottom side of the channel. But right now we're coming off the top side, right? The top side of the channel, the rejection point of the channel. We need to be a little bit cautious longing back into that 391 level. So 391, big watch today on the Qs. 389, that's my sort of level that I think needs to hold. If we break back under that 389, we are back below, right? Think if you see this on the hourly chart, if we break back under 389, we are back below this high. We're back below some of these rejections that came in. And so if we break under that 389, I'd be looking for that downside, right, towards the 386 demand. The 386 demand is really the spot. There's two spots that I would look to long the market today, right? There's two spots. The two spots that I would look to long the market are at 386 right here or above 391.50, right? Those are my two long spots. That's the same thing for the NASDAQ. My two long spots on the NASDAQ today are either back at this 15,875, which we held yesterday, right? Or above 16.1. Same concepts. And you guys can see right now, we're having a little bit of struggle under 16,000. All right, let's move on. Let's go to the ES. So what did the ES do yesterday? The ES did the same exact thing that it's done for the last 2 weeks. It's moving within a channel. And you guys can see it very, very clearly here, right? We got a very nice 45.50 hold yesterday. That was a very nice demand hold. You can see right here, nice demand hold, nice push. And then we moved up into the 4,600 supply, where we're seeing rejections again. All right, so it's the same thing over and over again. And what has been the profitable thing to do when we get near 4,600? The profitable thing to do is to look for that downside back into demand. And when we come back to the demand, what's the profitable thing to do? It's to look for the longs back into supply. So that's just the same thing that I'm going to look for again today, right? 4,600 supply, 45.50 demand. You have this little intermediary level at 45.80. Which has shown some area, some sort of holds. You guys can see right here. If we go day over day, we can see this hold here at 45.80. That gave us that push into 4,600, right? Which eventually gave back up. And then yesterday, if we go to the 5-minute chart, we can see yesterday, one of the key holds of yesterday was right here. It was this early morning rejection at 45.80, right? We got above it. A little bit of drama here, but ultimately held above 45.80. And so today, if I zoom over, right, you can see 45.80, 45.80, and a little bit of a hold at 45.80 right now. So for me to be short today, right, I don't want to short into 45.80. I would want to see us under that level and turn this level into a rejection point. If I see this, right, then I would look for that potential 45.80 short. If we hold 45.80 on the ES, we might try for that 4,600 again, right? And 4,600 is that heavy supply above. You can see rejections, rejections. So right now, the levels that I'm watching on the ES, first of all, is the 4580, right? Look to see if that holds today. If the 4580 maintains, then you look for that. There's a potential long back into 4600. You just have to understand that if you do long 4580, it's a tight range, right? And you probably don't hold for too long, right? That's just, more than anything, a scalp, maybe back into 4600. If you break under 4580, I would look for that short back towards that demand at 4550. And if you do get over 4600 today, that's really the ultimate, breakout of the ES channel, is above 4600. So 4600, 4580, 4550, the exact same levels from yesterday. Let's watch them again. SPY. So here's the SPY, and the SPY yesterday was a beautiful hold of that 457 right here. It was our previous triple top highs, if you guys remember that, right? The 457 level, and we held it really well yesterday. So in my eyes, right, for today, sort of that game plan that I have, I do not want to short the SPY if it's above 457, right? That's really that's like the largest thing that I'm watching. The largest idea of the day is do not short the SPY, do not short the market if we are holding above 457, right? If we're above this 457, I think there definitely is hold possibility, right? I think that is definitely there. If we zoom into this 5-minute chart from yesterday, you guys can see right here, this 457 hold was pretty legitimate, right? You can see the 457 rejection early morning, tried to hold below it, got the squeeze above, came back down, held it very nice, right? And that sort of maintained the market the rest of the day. So logically, right, I don't want to be short. As much as I like that rejection above at that 459 supply, I don't want to be short into the 457, right? Because the 457 could definitely hold this market up, and I do not want to be a part of any type of games, sort of played at that 457 level. So for me, above 457, I would look to see if that holds on the SPY. If we break below it, I think that's where you could get that weakness, maybe back towards that 450, 450. And then the ultimate breakout is above 459, right? So that's that. All right. I don't mean to be petty. I don't mean to be petty, but I do need to go over just one thing, right? Yesterday, I want to make a point without, thinking that I'm a hot shot. But yesterday, right, we had some hot shots in the chat say that it was too late, right? You're too late to Google. And I want to make this point because there is always an opportunity on the market. No matter if you think you're too late, if you think you have to chase, et cetera, there will always be an opportunity intraday. If we're going straight up, there will be a pullback. If we're going straight down, there will be a dead cat bounce. It will always occur, and I think this is a really good point to make because if you're watching a stock, if it's getting away from you, right, don't chase the stock. So for example, yesterday, Google. I caught a very nice trade on Google. I made about $2,500 on Google. You guys saw it on Instagram. I posted the entries and exits. And we actually had that in the Discord chat as well. Right, we called that trade out in the Discord. I'll go ahead and pull it up right here. Here's the Discord, right? And let me pull it over. Right here was our trade. Yesterday, Google, I took a long at around 11:40 on Google, a December 15th 138 call, and it was off a break and retest of our key 137 level. This was a fantastic wait, right? Fantastic patience and entry, right, for a long. And you guys can see we were sending updates, and taking profits as we got the push, right? And this is just, it's an example, guys, of, there's always, if you just have a little bit of patience and you just wait for things to set up, there will always be an entry point that sort of goes along with your strategy, right? And so yesterday, what did Google do? Straight up, right? Straight up out of the gate, straight up, right into supply, right? And this slow pullback into our 137 retest level, right? Perfect slow pullback into our 137 retest, right? And a beautiful long entry on the retest and a very nice squeeze back to the upside. So I just wanted to make this point, guys, because I know, there's emotions that fly high when stocks go straight up. I know how it is, right? I know there's just that feeling like you have to chase something. But Google, this was our 137 retest, and it was a very nice break and hold above, right? And that was a very nice long there. Now, today, Google, let's just go over this. Watching 137 again, all right? We're absolutely watching 137 again. If 137 turns into a hold level today, let's look to see if there's a long off 137. So 137 Google, that's my level today again. I traded long off of it yesterday. Let's look to see if we can hold that again. All right, so watch 137. If you break below, a little bit of weakness towards 135, but this is absolutely a hold level that I would be watching. Supply is at 140. All right, let's run through some stocks here sort of quickly, just so we can get prepared here. Tesla, personally, guys, I would leave Tesla alone. I'm actually going to delete this level here because I'm not even going to watch it off that level. But 243 is an important level, and it's the 100 SMA. You can see 243, a little bit of previous rejections here. I would watch that level if you are going to watch Tesla today, because that is also the 100 SMA right there. But for me personally, guys, I do not like trading Tesla when it's in channels. Tesla is a very nasty beast when it's in channels, because you just don't quite know what Tesla's gonna do. I like trading Tesla when it's on those big breakouts and big breakdowns. When it starts to get that trend going, that's when Tesla is a moneymaker. But Tesla can be a pretty nasty beast inside of channels. So yesterday, you can see Tesla really didn't do anything, right? It did nothing. It went down, it went up, it went down, it went up. It's just sort of nasty. So I like to leave Tesla alone when it's in these states. That's what Tesla does. It does these states of consolidation, and then it does the states of big breakouts, right? And so when we're in a state of consolidation on Tesla, I try to leave it alone as best I can, because I know Tesla is smarter than me. Tesla can take advantage of me. I am not above Tesla's level. So Tesla, leaving it alone until it breaks 247 or breaks below 238, right? I don't think you're going to really regret not trading in here, right? I think if you wait for that 247 breakout or that 238 breakdown, whenever that happens, there will be a very nice trading day on Tesla. That's my personal recommendation there. Nvidia. So Nvidia, very nice hold. What did Nvidia do? It did a beautiful 458 retest yesterday. If we zoom in here, we talked about that 458 level. We talked about if Nvidia can get above that 458, there might be a long opportunity, right? And so Nvidia had a straight up squeeze. There's no trade there, right? We don't trade straight up. And what did Nvidia do? It came back down. It held the 458 retest. And this was a very nice long opportunity. And I know, shout out to some of you guys in the chat. Some of you guys crushed this. Nvidia, 458, very nice hold. Let me go to the 30-minute chart and give you sort of a larger picture view here. Really, at the end of the day, when we look at this chart, Nvidia has done nothing but stay within this channel between 475 and 450. It's about a 25-point range that Nvidia is trading within. Today, I would be focused on the 464 level. Jay Price with the gifted memberships. Thank you, brother. And let's see who gets them. ABR, oh, he deserves it. ABR, oh, Carlos deserves it too. He's been here a lot. J-Rox deserves it. Richardson. K-Kuz. K-Kuz, I don't know K-Kuz. But Richardson, J-Rox, Carlos, ABR, nice. So, real quick, right? Nvidia, 464, that's the level, right? Right here. 464 rejections, right? And 464, that's going to be the level I watch today. Merry Christmas, Jay Price. I appreciate that, man. So, you guys can see right here, 464. That's going to be the demand I watch today, right there at 464. So watch that 464. If you break under 464, you move into 458. If you hold this 464 today on Nvidia, right? If you maintain this 464 on Nvidia, I think you could get that push towards that 475, but you need to be aware of that supply above at 475 if you do long Nvidia. If Nvidia breaks under 464, I think you pull back to that 458. All right, so all eyes on that 464 on Nvidia today. Probably the sexiest trade of the day yesterday was AMD. And man, oh man, was this a nice one. AMD 121.50, that was our level, right? We talked about that 121.50. That was the previous lows here. It was the previous rejections here. It was a rejection on Wednesday. And yesterday, it was just a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous break and retest of 121.50. This was trade of the day, hands down. You can see right here, we pushed higher. We got above that 121.50. What did we do, right? Instead of chasing, right? Instead of chasing the breakout level, how about you wait for the retest of it, right? How about you change that about your trading? I guarantee you it will make you a little bit more of a patient trader and probably more profitable, right? So big squeeze through our supply, but don't chase the breakout. Wait for the pullback. And what happened yesterday? I mean, you just can't make up how perfect this little break and retest of this pre-market high and the 121.50 was yesterday. Break, retest, hold of that previous channel high. If I zoom out, look at this, right? Previous channel high right here, 121.50. Perfect break and retest and just a rip, right? From that point, just a monster rip to the upside. AMD was a beast yesterday. Now, what am I watching today? Well, unfortunately, right, this is gone. That's how I trade, right? This is a gone stock. I can't trade AMD today. It's too far extended from the breakout point. So at some point, whenever it happens, you know, I'm going to wait for this pullback right here. 124 pullback, that's what I'll be looking for. I'll be looking for AMD to come back down, retest this 124, and when it does, I will look to long this stock. Does that happen today? I don't know, right? I don't know. If it doesn't happen today, guess what? I got a few hundred shares of AMD that are working in the background, and I'm making money off that. I really could care less. Or I couldn't care less is the word, right? So I'm not going to chase AMD to the upside because, hey, I'm going to make money on shares if it just rips again today. But if it pulls back, right, and it brings me back to this retest level, then bam, right? I'm looking for that long. So for me, 124 AMD, that's the watch, right? You could watch the 126. Yeah, I agree, GT. You could watch this little 126 high. If there is something, you know, if AMD comes back to the 126, maybe take a peek at it, you know, around this 125.75, 126. I think that's a decent watch there at this little wick high right here. I would be more interested at 124 personally. All right. Let's go to Amazon. Amazon didn't really do much yesterday. It's still in this channel, guys, so I'm not that fond of Amazon, but what it did do yesterday is a really nice little 145.50 hold. So 145.50 and the 20 SMA right here, that's your demand. So what I would watch today, if you're looking for maybe a little long on Amazon, is I would look for this pullback right here. Pullback towards that 145.50, right? 20 SMA, and then see if that holds right there. That would be my watch around that 145.50. All right, 145.50. All right, that's my watch there. Google, we already talked about Google. 137 retest, look for that. Let's go to Microsoft. So Microsoft, nice hold yesterday around that 366 level. Remember we talked about that previous all-time high on Microsoft? Well, that was the hold level that came in yesterday. So let's go to this hourly chart right here, and we can see that 366 demand that we had marked out, these previous lows, right, 366, and also the previous all-time high held once again. However, look at where Microsoft is rejecting here today, right? This is important. We can see right here 371, right, previous lows, and 371 rejection right here. You can see it's coming in as we speak. So 371, that's the supply to watch out for. Be careful of that. Yeah, I saw it. The viewers were a little low this morning. YouTube refused to show your stream on my homepage. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm mobile. Maybe they track the IP. I don't know what it is. But 371, you guys can see right there. That's your supply, 366 demand. So watch for that hold above 371 for longs, right? Look for the 371 rejection, right? Or look for that pullback and potential long back at 366 previous all-time highs. All right. Yeah, let's jump into Meta real quick. Actually, hold on. We're about to get data. Let's go to data real quick. Okay, it looks like a little bit of downside coming in. Oh boy. All right, so 16,000, very nice rejection. All right, you can see 16,000 rejection. We're coming back. Okay, and then we're coming back into the demand though. Right? Look at this. So let's go into the 5 minute. So today, now we got this pullback, right, and the 16,000 rejection, right? We got to watch that 15,875. And guys, make sure you remember this on a daily basis. These moves that we are seeing are not large. These are not large moves, right? Remember this. We are still trading in channels. So yeah, it's an aggressive downside little candle there, right? Yeah, sure. But hey, we have to still watch our channel levels, right? Look at this demand. It's still stepping up at this 20 SMA at this 15,875, right? Make sure you understand that. Right? It's very important to understand market structure and understand the current sort of behavior of the market. Make sure you know that we are still in a channel, and even when we get these aggressive moves like you just saw, right? You need to train your mind to not think for large moves if we are still in channels, right? And so you are still above this 15,875 demand, right? Right here. 15,875, 15,875, 15,875. You're still above it, all right? So we do not short into that demand just because we got an aggressive candle there. Make sure you understand the sort of environment that we're trading in. ES, right? You got your big breakdown, but what is the ES doing, right? The ES is still in a channel, and it still has some pretty strong demand down below at that 45.50, all right? So ES, what I would look for now, after seeing this little drop today, I would watch to see if you can bounce and then reject 45.80, right? Or I would look to see if you can come back down to 45.50 and see a little bit of a demand hold, right? Non-farm payroll is 199 versus 150. Average hourly earnings, 0.4 versus 0.3. Unemployment rate, 3.7 versus 3.9. And so all I really care of, to be quite honest, guys, I just care about what the market's doing, right? I don't care about the numbers. I care about what am I seeing actually on the market. And so I'm seeing in the market a drop below that 45.80, right? And so I'm going to look to see, do we bounce and reject 45.80 today? That's now my top watch. Do we bounce and do we reject 45.80? And I have to be careful of that 45.50 demand. All right, let's end the stream real quick with a QQQ and SPY look. And then I got to jump out of here, guys, momentarily. But what happened on the QQQ right there, right? We broke the 389. So what do we look for? We look to see if we come back up, right? We don't chase a one candle move. We look to see if we can come back up and reject that 389, right? And we have to be aware of shorting. You still need to be aware of shorting into the demand lows. You can see right here. Here's your low. Here's your low. Here's your low, right? And here is your 20 SMA low right here. So you're coming down, but you need to understand you're coming down into a 386 demand below. Make sure you're aware of that 386 demand below, and make sure you're aware of that 389 above. All right? Let's go to the SPY. SPY, remember we talked about that 457 level. Let me go to the 5-minute chart and show you that 457, right? We are below that 457 level that held yesterday. So what do we look for today? We look to see if we can bounce, right, into 457, and do we reject? So I would watch 457 here. I'm actually going to make this red now because we are below it, right? So I would be watching to see, do we stay below 457 or do we bounce back into it and reject, right? That'll be a big watch for me. And if we get back above it, right, then this market is strong again. If we get back above 457, then we're going to try to maintain again. So 457, that's my main watch on SPY. 389 on the Qs, that's my main watch on the Qs. Right, on the NASDAQ, I would be all eyes on this. Wow. Hold on a second. Is that a wick? No. Okay. Let me go back to the 15. So on the NASDAQ, I would be all eyes on 16,000. Right? 16,000 is that big rejection point that just came in, and you're seeing a move lower, but we have to be aware of that 15,875 demand below. All right, look at that wick off that 15,875 demand. All right, and that 20 SMA down there is something to watch. Let's jump into Meta real quick. I'll go into Meta. Very nice. I mean, look at this rejection at the previous rejection points, 328 on Meta, right here. Rejection, 328. You can see the rejections at 328 again. But, right, what are you watching? Right, who can tell me where you cannot short into today on Meta? Right, 322. You can see right here, 322, 322. And you can see we're moving down into 322, but we cannot short into that previous double top high because this could just be a hold at that 322. All right, so watch 322, 328 on Meta. AMD, I still want that pullback. We'll see if we get it. Nvidia, watch that 464. Tesla, I'm leaving it alone today, but you can watch that 238 demand low. Google, watching that 137 today, right? That 137 Google. And then that Amazon, look at that hold. Yeah, look at that hold that came in at that 145.50, right? We're still holding that demand low there and that 20 SMA. All right. How many likes we got? Not a lot, right? If you guys could press that like button for me. Trying to keep, I'm doing my best here, guys, to continue the stream going. We are mobile right now. I'm in New York. You'll see my face again on Monday when we're back in Miami. We'll get back to normal. But I hope you guys do enjoy the mobile live streams. This one actually went pretty well. No interruptions. So one more recap just to make sure we understand what's going on here, guys. Downside on economic data, and you have now found yourself a new channel today, right? It's a very clear channel. Here's your channel on the NASDAQ futures today. 16,000 to 15,875 and the 20 SMA. I would not short into this. I would not short into the 20 SMA. If you're going to look for shorts today, I would want a pop back into 16 and a rejection, right? That's where you want to look for shorts. If you're going to look for longs, I would look to see if you can long back down at this 15,875. All right. And on the ES, I would be watching. Oh, is the ES popping back into it right now? On the ES, I would be watching to see if we reject these damn trend lines, man. I hate the mobile. If you don't have a keyboard, TOS is so annoying. So 45.80. Look at this, right? We're getting a bounce back into it. This is going to be your watch right here on the ES today. 45.80. Do we reject here or do we get back above? This is my main watch. 45.78, 45.80. As we speak, we're seeing a little bit of a rejection, a little bit of drama there, right? Look at this right here. So this is your watch. Let's see if the ES gets back above here or if the ES starts to reject these previous lows that held in the pre-market and the levels that held yesterday. Oh yeah, let's go over Apple real quick and then I'm out of here. Apple can't make it up, guys. You can't make Apple up yesterday, right? Apple, what did we talk about? The 192 break and retest. Break, retest, bam, beautiful, right? Up into that 195 supply. So I would not long into 195. I would look for longs down at the 192 retest, all right? All right, guys, I hope you have a fantastic trading day. If you guys are part of the group, I'll head over to that Discord now where we'll review some more into market open. Have a fantastic trading day. Have a fantastic weekend. Thank you again, guys, for all the support. I very much appreciate it. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy being here, right? Going over the market. So press that like button if you could. Try to get us to 1,000 likes today. Subscribe to the channel. Have a fantastic weekend. And I will see you guys on Monday with the face cam back to normal. I'll see you then. All right, guys. Peace out.